Hey guys, I'm here with a quick tutorial today. We're talking about a perfectly imperfect ponytail. And I think ponytails are something that we consider to be really sort of a last-ditch effort on a bad hair day or something we push in before we go to the gym. But with a little tweaking and some texture, we can make it really a great style. So we're going to start out with hair that's already either been curled a little bit. This is like second, third day hair, so that's always a great way to start. If you're starting with super fresh hair and if you want a smooth look, that's great. You can go ahead and start with straight hair. You're going to want to throw in a little dry shampoo just to give it a little extra texture. And then at the roots, we're going to use one of my favorite products. This is the Avapuiwell Ginger Texturizing Sea Spray, and this product really helps give some grip and grit to the hair that really helps enhance texture to the hair. So you can go ahead and go in and make this almost like a root spray. So you'll just take your sections and spray a little bit in just in the areas where you're going to need that extra lift. So really I'm just going to do 3 sections here and one right in the back to get that. And then what I'm going to do is activate it with the blow dryer. Because this is a little bit of a damp product, I like to just hit it with a little heat to help activate it. And then it also helps get rid of any funny ways that our hair's been laying throughout the day. So the heat's really going to help just give it a lot more volume and boost. All right, so a little 5-second upgrade really gives you a lot more texture to work with, right? I mean, we all want, this is like dream big hair, right? So now we're gonna go through and prep the sections for our ponytail. So I'm actually going to divide out a triangular section in the front of the head. So you'll divide out a diagonal forward section on each side of your part. And I do prefer this to be a parted look, but if you wanted to pull it all back, you could. But I like to have a little bit of a part to this. So this section we're going to leave down, and the rest we're going to work on in our ponytail. Now, if you are starting with straight hair, what I would recommend is that you wrap the root of your ponytail. And I'm going to do this to the front in a bit, but if you're starting with straight hair, you're going to want to wrap your roots all over before you go in with this next step. We're going to go through and just give a little bit of back combing right at the base in the back. For me, it's just because I have a colic, and that colic likes to split a little bit. So it's not necessarily to give volume to your hair, because we don't want to look like we belong on the Jersey Shore. We're just looking to really make sure that that back doesn't divide when we pull it out to give it a little softness. So I'm just going to take sections straight across the back, a little random hair, and then give it a little tease right at that base inch of the hair. So not a lot. We're just looking to give that a little bit of grip. So just one section underneath does it for me. You could do 2 to 3 depending on what you need. And then now my hair is just going to keep from splitting in the back. So just one little quick tip. And then I'm going to take a larger hairband, so something that really fits the size and thickness of your hair, and we're going to pull back everything but what we sectioned off in the front. Now, as you do this, you want the back to be controlled, but a little bit messy. So have a little bumps and lumps to it. We don't want something that has that like arc to it that looks like we put a bump it in it. So you just want to have a little bit of soft texture to it. So once I have a little bit of this pulled out, and I'll usually use my fingers almost like a little claw to pull this out and get a little bit of extra hair kind of popped out at the top. And I'm keeping my hand at the base of my ponytail as I wrap it around to control it. So I'm going to turn around so you guys can see that. So keeping your hand as close to the base as possible, make sure that you land it right where you want it. So keeping that tight to your head. Now I'm going to take again my fingers and just pull out what I need to pull out if I feel like it got a little too small. And this is really just a very natural looking ponytail upgrade. So you guys can see we've got it's not like perfect, which we don't want, right? So now the reason we kept these down is to then go through and I will be able to pull this back a little bit softer so that we don't look like we're going to the gym, right? So what you can do if you need to, like I said, if you need that little bit of extra texture, if you're starting out with straight hair, or if you just have really fine slippy hair, a great thing to do is use an unclipped iron. And I love the NeuroTools unclipped rod. This is like my favorite tool of all time because you really have so many options with this. And with this one, I'm going to be able to curl just one revolution right at the base of my hair to help give me a little extra texture. So I'm going to divide this into two sections. So we're just taking one revolution right at the base. You guys see that? Just one little pop, and that's going to help give a little extra root lift for me and just some extra texture. So if you have very silky fine hair, doing this all over your top section before you do your back combing is great because you're going to get a little extra oomph. I've never had a problem in the oomph department, so I don't necessarily need to do that, but you can certainly do that and you'll get a lot of success out of it, even if you're leaving the ends straight, because you won't be able to see that curl in your end result. So just that little bit. And make sure that you hold these sections high when you curl them because it's going to help give you maximum volume. So you guys can see just one rotation around the iron. And you can let that cool for a second. I'm going to go through with a little bit of hairspray. My favorite for this look is the Avapui Wild Ginger finishing spray because it has a very natural yet firm finish to it. So I love that it's got that maximum hold, but it still has a very natural effect. So now we're going to go through and just comb that out. I'm actually going to take a little bit of this guy over here. All right, so now we've got some nice texture and volume to our hair. And now I'll be able to pull these pieces back softly and still have a nice texturized effect. Now, you could certainly pin these in, but what I like to do is actually just incorporate it into the hair that we've already ponytailed with another little mini hairband. So just one of those little bands, and I'm going to take both sides and incorporate it in, and then I will secure that. So I like this side to have a little draping, just almost like a little bit of a faux fringe, which is great when you sort of want to look like you have bangs, but you don't want to commit to them. Okay, so I like that it's a little rumpled, not perfect. So once I've got it where I want it, I take that hairband and just pop it right around the ponytail that we've already created. And then if I need to, I can pick and pull and sort of change around what I've already put in. And then I like to go through with just a little bit more hairspray, just to set everything in place. So this is nice because it gives the illusion of it being very loose, but because it's in that ponytail, it's going to stay secure. All right, so one final bit, which is to wrap your ponytail. And I think that's one very quick, easy thing that everybody can learn. I'm going to insert a clip of it up close if I can, so you guys can see up closer. So we're just gonna take a piece of hair from underneath your ponytail. Okay, so we're gonna take our hair and wrap it around your ponytail. And then you're going to take and tuck those ends underneath what you've wrapped and grab hair that you previously wrapped around the ponytail to pull over those ends. So you're going to grab hair and then pop your bobby all the way in and push it into your ponytail. So these ends are actually tucked underneath that hair. And so they won't slide out all day long. Be really nice and secure. And you'll have your nice, finished, perfectly impolished ponytail. So thanks guys, hope you enjoy.